Welcome. My name is Christopher Bailey, and I am an implementation consultant for Green Orbit, the intranet with everything built in. In today's tutorial, we're going to cover how you would go about submitting news on the front end. Now, before we get started in submitting our news article, there are a couple of things that we need to kind of go over in regards to security when submitting a news article and actually working with the approval process. Your users have permissions in regards to their access to your intranet. And that security permissions are based upon what you establish for them. When it comes down to submitting a news article, read only users only have access to be able to read. Your creators and your contributors have the ability to both create and contribute to each other's creations when it comes down to creating a news article. All right, your creator can only create what they create. The contributor can both create and contribute to another creator's documentation. All right, then you have your editor who has the ability to edit and create and also approve news. And then you have your full control user that has access to do everything. All right. Now, when you're working with news articles, though, and you're looking for someone to approve a news article, the only person that can do that is your editor and your full control users. Your contributors and your creators can only create. When you're assigning the roles, the security roles to those users, you want to make sure that you do that properly. And we're going to cover that in your admin. So when we go here into our admin and we go to home, we want to go down to news. Now, this is where you would set those parameters for those who are going to be creating news articles. And then you want to go down into advanced. Click on advanced there and open it up. Now you want to go to your categories. Now, here in the categories, of course, your organization is going to probably have way more categories for news than we do. But in our demo that we have here, we only have these three. All right. And I'm going to give Miss Sanders the ability to create news articles for our company news. So the first thing I want to do is click on edit. When I go here, I want to go to security. Now, when I get to security, I'm going to notice a couple of things. Number one, I'm going to notice that we've set everyone to have the ability to create, and that's not what we want to do. So we want to go here and change that feature, and we want to go ahead and select read only. We want everyone to have the ability to read our news articles, not create news articles. Next, I see here that Ms. Sanders has the ability to edit. That means she has the ability to both create and approve her own news, and we don't want her to do that. So what we want is her just to create news articles. So here we can go and we can either give her creator or contributor. Now, being that she's going to be the only one that's creating, she doesn't necessarily need to have the contributor because she's only going to be creating and she's going to be the only one that's creating news articles for our organization. So we just give her creator. All right. Next, you want to make sure that you hit OK. All right. Because if you don't, even though you've made those changes, if you don't hit OK, it's not going to save. Let's go back, make sure, and check. We see here, read only and creator. Now, if we go back to our categories, if by chance I want to give her access here in business news and IT tips and tricks, I simply do the same thing. I go to security and then I make those changes there. You see here that she's an editor. So I want to change that and make her a creator here. Hit OK. And then I go to tips and tricks here. Go to security. See that she's an editor here. And I want to make that change and make her a creator. All right. Click OK. Now that we've made these changes, we want to go back to our home page. Now, we want to just go and refresh our page to make sure that everything has taken its effect. And now we want to go ahead and now submit a news article. With working with our news articles, the process has not changed. You'll notice a few nuances, but everything remains the same in terms of submitting a news article. All right. So we go here, and the first thing we want to do is click our title, and we'll go ahead and training for new hires. All right, 101. If I want to link this to an existing content or URL, I have the ability to do that. And then I can just do that here, put the link here, and then decide whether I want it to be opened in a new window or open within this page here. All right. But I don't want to do that. And here, if I decide that I wanted to access other categories, right? Other categories could be listed here, but right now we're just working in company news. But like if business news was here or tips and tricks was here, I could select those and have this news article be published in those categories as well. All right, so we're only going to do company news. So then we go and we click get our image here. So let's go ahead and grab an image. Let's go ahead and grab this gentleman here, add our image there, and then we want to put here for our summary training for new hires in January 2021. Okay, that's our summary. And then we go down here and hit next. And then we get down to our body. And of course, with our body, you can just copy and paste your text here. If you hit paste, it's going to ask you whether you want to clean the text or keep it in the same format that you've typed it in. If you did it in a specific format in Word, then you just want to hit paste and then and it's going to ask you whether you want to clean it or keep the format. Just select keep, or if you just go ahead and just hit plain text, it'll go ahead and copy and paste your text right in here with plain text. Okay, click next. Go down to this next section here. This next section is going to be dealing with scheduled articles, whether you want to expire the article or you want to pin the article. So if we click on the radio button here, we can set the date and time when we want this news article to appear. All right. Even in doing so, I can also set the date and time as to when I want this news article to expire. I can even set it as to whether I want to be notified when it expires, whether a week before or a day before. All right. And we clone those all off. And then if I want to go here to pin article, now this is just in case I decide this is an article that I want everyone in the organization to see before they go anywhere else in the site. All right, this is the first news article that's going to come across the carousel, and I want everybody to pay attention to that. I will set a pin and I make this news article the first one they see, or I can make it the second, third, fourth, or fifth. All right. I can even set the expiry date as to when I want this pin to actually expire. Okay. Take that off. And then we want to go down to our final section, which is here. And that lets us know next step requires approval. Now, if I was an editor, I would not see this step here. This step would not even exist. It would just tell me to submit, and I would be able to submit my news article. But because I am a creator and or a contributor, I will get this notification here letting me know your article is going to require approval. Okay, so if I want to type in something, say I want to let the person that's going to be approving this news article know something, I'd say, please approve this article as it is for all new hires in 2021. Okay, now that is my comment. I have the ability to link to something. If I want to link to a document or some type of outside link, I have the ability to do that. Just simply click on the link, type in the URL, and add the text if I want to, and decide whether I want to open it up in a new tab or not. All right. Now we've done all that, and we hit submit. Now that we hit submit, it lets us know that, hey, your article was submitted and is awaiting approval. Once approved, it will go live immediately. All right. That's great. That lets you know that your article was submitted and they received it. Now, here's the thing. When you are looking at your page, this lets you know that this is almost like a preview of your article. Okay. It shows you that you submitted it. It shows you that the next steps is that it's need to be approved. And then it shows you also the comments that you made. Then here it also shows you your news article and what it looks like. All right. Now, if you click on history, just in case you submitted previous articles before, you will have a listing of all the articles that you have submitted and what their status was. Were they approved? Were they denied? That type of thing. So you'll see all that here in your history. Okay. Now, you can also see this information here. So if you go to your name, hit the drop down, go to news. All right. Click on news here. Take it to another page. If you were a approver on the site, of course, you would see a listing of all the news articles that need to be approved. But being that I don't have that, I go to pending submissions and it lets me know that I have one news article that is pending, just submitted it 2 minutes ago. All right. If I click here, it's going to take me right back to my news article and it's going to have the details I just shared with you just a minute ago. All right. So this is what it would look like for the creator and the contributor. All right. So now let's go to our full control user. Okay. Go to my full control user, Mr. Randall. He's a full control user. And then I log in. Now, when I log in, I immediately see that I have one news article that needs to be approved. So when you click on the news article, and you'll see here, it gives you all the details about the news article, lets you read it, and it says this article was submitted and awaited approval. And then what you want to do here, you want to click on edit because you want to edit the news article. And then you want to go down and you have this option here, process for submission. Okay, so you click here, you see here that it gives you this option to either approve, delete, or send it back to require changes. All right, if we select approved, we go here and type in here, approved. This is optional. You don't have to do this, but if you just wanted to do this to let the person know, you hit save and submit, and then you will get a notification that the article has been approved to the company news and it is live. All right. So if we go back here and if we go to our company news, see our news article, it appears here. All right. And also you see here, Randall has the ability to go here. See, he doesn't have any more news to be approved. He doesn't have anything pending. And that's how you approve news on the front end. Now, really quickly, if we go back and we sign out here, and we just sign back in as Miss Sanders, and when we go to our news, you see here that she no longer has anything in pending status. If she goes to news, she will then see, if she just go here to company news, she will see that her news article, once this page pops up, a news article was published right here. Okay, awesome. This concludes our training session for this module. For more information on Green Orbit and its functionality, please visit our Learn site at learn.greenorbit.com. Thank you so very much, and we look forward to seeing you on the next video.